It seems in the days of modern media, we have a lot of corporations that are basically imploding by pursuing the wrong direction, talked into it by, well, a terrible, terrible report from McKinsey, along with other interested parties like investment houses and, of course, the institutional investors like BlackRock and Vanguard and others. Of course, I'm referring to the biggest problem in all of business right now, and in America, and maybe globally as well. I'm talking about ESG. I'm talking about DEI, and I'm talking about the thing that Microsoft wants it to morph into called Bridge. We do not want any of these things anywhere near any of our corporations. In fact, we want them to move as far away from these practices and ideology as they possibly can, because they're basically just setting their company up for failure, not just a little ways down the road, but maybe immediately. And the best example of that, as of today, is Jaguar. That's right, the wonderful British car brand, which is no longer owned by a British company. It's not even owned by Ford, who happened to own it until the previous owners owned it way back in 2008, when they passed it off very quickly to the tune of like $2 billion. So Jaguar Land Rover is now owned by a Indian company called Tata. Yes, I know, Tata Motor Works. Sounds a little funny, but that's the name of the company. And it's not just a fancy way of saying goodbye, Tata. Actually, I guess it's rather appropriate. You see, they started to market themselves in absolutely the most United Colors of Benetton way you could possibly imagine, leaning very deeply into the neo-Marxist ideology that is DEI. And it shows visually and, of course, just in general pursuit of sales. Because Jaguar doesn't just want to be a car company anymore. They want to be a luxury brand like Louis Vuitton and many others, except somebody needs to remind Tata that they are a motor company and they own, well, joint ventures with other motor companies. And this is not the way to present yourself as a serious partner. If anything, well, it's a complete disaster that I'm not sure anybody was even prepared for. And if you haven't seen this commercial, well, get ready. You will be surprised. Ladies and gentlemen, the new Jaguar. Anybody else feel like they were in a German nightmare? I know I did. The question is whether or not I'll get claimed for this. But look, it's 30-second spot and it's everywhere. So if I get claimed, it's weird because this is an advertisement you'd think they'd want people to see. So if an extra 27 to 45,000 people see it because they watch it on my channel, so be it. And you know what? Let me know what you think about running commercials in the future. But you have to admit, Jaguar went absolutely not the way Jaguar would normally go. Not only that, they're getting rid of the growler, the nameplate, the title plate, the strike plate for the brand. That's right. They want Jaguar to appeal to people who will dress up in Jaguar costumes. They're looking for just a certain kind of customer, young people that have extra money. Do you know any of those? They're looking for people that still think Jaguar means something or has never owned one. And by the way, they're going all electric. So how do you think that's going to translate into, anybody's wallet or idea of being a luxury brand? I'm telling you right now, Tesla's just a regular car. They don't even consider themselves a luxury brand. I don't know a lot of electric vehicles that fall into that category. I would say even the Audis are technically not a luxury brand, but there are a few out there that are considered the high-end premium cars, and some of them are electric, but I don't think Jaguar is going to make that transition, especially not when they change the lettering up as well. Jaguar's iconic. Why would you mess with this brand? Well, because you want to be a handbag company, I guess, or maybe you just want to make fancy cufflinks. I don't know. All I know is that this is the beginning of the end. Why do I say that? Well, there are stock repercussions to bad decisions. And you can point out the fact that maybe this isn't directly related to the stock, but when this commercial came out a couple of days ago, their stock wasn't doing quite as bad. And this really is catching everybody's attention. Jaguar stock price tumbles amid woke ad backlash. Ooh, they're calling it out for what it is. And you see this amazing nameplate here, this strike plate, this wonderful, wonderful Jaguar emblem that you will no longer have. Well, get used to it. By the way, the car that they started to show in other posts recently looks like the back of a CRT. You remember those old-fashioned televisions and monitors? Or it could look like an air conditioner if you paid really close attention. In fact, Lennox kind of hit back at them, basically saying that they stole their classic design. It does look like an air conditioner return or a register, at least from what they showed so far. Or it's quite possible they just stole the design from a Chrysler Crossfire, which it looks somewhat like as well. No matter what, there is no luxury in this brand, and there's very little interest going forward. We'll take a look at what happened in the stocks the last couple of days. Again, this is an Indian-owned company now, and you've already seen this ridiculous commercial. The advertisement featured vivid colors, flamboyantly dressed actors, as you saw, and gender non-conforming individuals, which is a telltale sign of where they're coming from. Some have seemingly taken it to be part of the culture war and threatened to will the Go Woke, Go Broke slogan into existence by threatening a boycott. I don't think you're going to have to boycott this. Nobody wants it. Even Elon Musk says, do you sell cars? Yeah. So in looking at that, the notion that a new direction would lead to Jaguar's downfall was seemingly confirmed by the fact that the car maker's parent company, Tata Motors, experienced a price drop in the 24-hour charts in the Indian National Stock Exchange and BSE. And this is not a trend that didn't continue. You can see that it didn't do well on that particular day. November 21 is today. We're talking about 2 days ago, so we're going to look at those numbers a minute ago. But August was the tipping point for this company, back to falling about 30% to the 1% 24-hour drop. Although I'd say August, September, October, September, October, now we're starting November. They're about, 85 days or so, or maybe more, into toppling itself. The commercial aired on November 19th and immediately started to retreat. Substantial sales drops have happened as well, at least starting in August. September 11 forecast downgrade and a warning to even weaker results to come, particularly in the, guess what, luxury division, also known as Jaguar and Land Rover. It's the same company. The question is, what's it actually worth? Well, I'd say very, very little. So is Jaguar stock out of the woods after the rebrand? Absolutely not, especially since they're wanting to be a luxury brand and they're going to only EVs. A lot of people are comparing it to what Bud Light did not that long ago as far as its campaign. But let's take a look. There are some numbers that I really, really want to drop in here. 5 days ago, the stock was tipping towards a decent chunk. They were getting closer and closer to 800. They were headed upwards. And then the ad campaign hit the world, and it started to tank quickly. Initial excitement became disgust, and as of the 20th, it just started to sink like a stone, with people realizing just what this advertising campaign was all about. And nobody wants any part of it. It did have a small recovery on the 21st, which as the time of this recording is today, but then it started to fall back down to basically where it started today at 773. My expectation is that this will continue to drop, and the people buying the dip are being a little more exuberant at this point about the opportunity than they should be, because I have a feeling that globally this thing is going to fall off a cliff. I can't imagine young people wanting this car. And again, with the reputation Jaguar has for needing so much maintenance so much of the time, an electric version of this could be even worse. I know it's hard to believe. Anyway, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think this is a good way to spend your money, or would you find another automobile that would probably be a little bit more reliable, especially if you're looking in the electric market? Also, do you think that perhaps changing all of your, well, not all, but many of your dealerships into art galleries is a good idea? Because that's one of the other options that they're exploring with what'll be, well, the 20 that'll be left in Britain. They're getting rid of dealerships, and if I were somebody who owned the opportunity at a dealership or franchise for Jaguar Land Rover, I think I'd probably find another brand to pair with in the near future. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below, and if you're interested in really weird stories like this, let me know that as well. If this is your first time or your 1,000th time here and you still haven't subscribed, please hit that subscription button. It's absolutely free. It helps me out. We're getting closer to 50K. And of course, share the stream around here, share the videos around here. We've got streams and videos every single day. I think you'll be entertained. Turn on the notification bell. And until next time, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others. See ya.